Yo, check it out. So you know how I'm into hip hop, right? The culture and stuff. I try to stay in tune, with the hip hop stuff, with the hip hop world. So so I was watching this interview, right, that just recently came out with with Jay, right? Where he's talking about Biggie and how he used however, big black ugly as ever, however, that part, that keyword, how he was just going in his tractate about how certain words change things, right? Well, you know, if you're gonna listen to an artist, let me explain what he was trying to emphasize on by showing you what real artists go about when they think about things like that. So I've been doing this for, like I'm a prophet. So this is just one example. Boom. I'm gonna play this part right here real quick. Now this song right here is called Petriture, and it's part of the new released tracks that I'm doing. But this part right here, mind you, I did this shit a while back now, but this is I think the first time I sent the trailer was probably like a month ago. And then today, or like 2 months ago or something, well, like a couple months back, I played a trailer view, like a 30-second clip. And now I'm showing you why this alright, so let me play it first. Now you see right there, I mentioned the whole well, I didn't, not the whole, but my intention behind that, right? Because I'm writing as a I'm so my one of my artistic expressions when I try to write, right, is how to connect the audience. So, me being from the 90s, I grew up on Bugs Bunny, Looney Tunes, things like that, among other things, but I just thought about a way, what can I mention to capture that certain demographic of audience who could relate to the 90s cartoons, like nowadays you're not gonna it's not Looney Tunes, it's something else. But I came out. This is what I'm saying. This is prophecy in the writing. So I came out with this a while back, right? And now check this out. Just recently, right? Look at this trailer right here. I'm about to play it right now. I'm gonna let you. Just because of the key words that I mentioned. Look at this.
Injured by a product made by the Acme Corporation?
It's not your fault. There's probably someone to blame. Name of the case is Coyote versus Acme.
Why the Coyote? He is reckless. We all know who's responsible, and all of his injuries are self-inflicted.
You've been settling Acme cases for years.
I could probably get you $250 for that.
This is your opportunity to really show people what you're capable of.
These companies think they can do whatever they want. We're sick of it.
Acme, not you!
Nothing to see here.
We really have nothing.
We both know it would be very unpleasant if anything bigger were to become public.
So, what is up, Doc?
So you see, so you see, my words are prophetic because here I am, and this is just one example. I've been doing this for a while now, and every time I write, something afterwards tries to live up to the words that I spoke, and this made me think about it because I was thinking about what Jay said of how certain words could change everything. And I'm like, I've been doing this for decades, man. My words lyrically has been shaping the world before, ahead of time. Like, I've been prophesizing, basically. And that's just one of those examples, like, in this track that is not even released. It's not even released to the public. But I thought about it because I wrote it. Nobody's thinking about 90s Looney Tunes, and everybody's is not thinking about that. So I thought about it in my lyrics, like how can I get a certain age group and hook them. So I started thinking about, in another song I'm talking about wrestlers. That's another one that made waves, but I start talking about wrestlers, and then in this one I talk about Looney Tunes. It's just a way to catch people, and then it works. Like now they want to make a movie out of it, or the things I spoke, because nobody was talking. Like I said, people move on. Kids are into Pokemon or whatever else cartoons is out there right now, and SpongeBob. It's a lot of cartoons. So nobody was into the Looney Tunes, and I'm just showing you that I was the first one to mention the Looney Tunes in the 90s in recent time, and because of that, a movie is about to be made with a famous wrestler, which happens to be he was a wrestler, coincidentally, right? Again with my wrestling thing, so. That's how I look at it as an artist, how my words shape reality in real life. Here I am, like I said, look. Coyote laws. Hold on, what did I say? Coyote laws having beep passed. So I'm talking about the bird and coyote. And that stuck out in the ether, in the Akashic records, to the point where it traveled to Hollywood, and they got, the wrestler John Cena, unbeknownst to him, or maybe he knows about me, but maybe it's his producers that know about my song and not him. But either way, they know about, or like I said, it went into the Akashic records where they had to make a movie about it because I mentioned it, and that's the power of music. I see it everywhere all the time, but these are things that I witness alone and not really could share that with the world. It's like it's an artist being praised. You're not supposed to know that side. Only the artist. It's how I get reverence. It's how I see the praise and the accolades for all the things that I've done. Without somebody telling me, "Oh, good work, you did a good job," or a pat on the back, or "You changed my life." Without hearing those stories, even though that I know those exist, where I saved someone's life or something, but without someone telling me directly, this is how I connect and see it beforehand. And this is one example. Me speaking about it beforehand, and then now, there's a movie. Like I said, nobody was thinking about Looney Tunes in the 90s or cartoons of the 90s till I made a song about it, and now there's a trailer. So you're welcome, man. And maybe this will show you that I'm not sure, like, I'm not ordinary. I actually got bars that shape reality, and I did that. The producers, they'll say that they created the movie. The actors say that if it wasn't for them, the movie wouldn't be done. But if it wasn't for me mentioning it in my song, the concept would not exist for them to grab on and create that movie. It's how I see it, And it's always been that way because, like I said, I've been on top of it, watching it, like how, a Jay would focus on Biggie's lyrics, like how Jay-Z focuses on Biggie's lyrics and focusing on keywords like however. I focus on my own keywords and see how that me mentioning Coyote or Ultimate Warrior, just whatever I mention in my music comes out somehow. So yeah, I did that. And that's just one small example. There's a whole bunch of it. And that's within that song, there's probably like another reference to another shit that I created that has nothing to do with the movie, Anyway, just, because I saw that interview. I'm like, man, what this guy think? He the only one that could do that? Like, I could tell you about my lyrics without having to hear him go in the past and mention, whatever, man. I mean, I sound like I'm hating. Alright, that's that with all of that. I was thinking, right? I don't think you realize what I did to you. With what I showed you on my last part, if you was there for the last part, where when I connected the dots between what's happening in the real world and what I said pre-existing, pre-hand. It reminds me of the Simpsons. The Simpsons, the cartoon, and how they're known to prophetically be correct in a lot of the instances that is unfolding in the real world. Yeah, it's been seen, it's been talked about, and in the same way, The Simpsons, right, has been portraying things beforehand. I similarly been doing the same shit for decades, and I just been getting better with the articulation and the connecting of it all. So my last video, I basically showed you what I could do with my words, because in no way or fashion or form was people thinking about the coyote and the beep beep runner, or the the bird, from the cartoons. And only reason few people understand what I'm saying is because it's esoteric, and it's for the, you know, the gnosis. But yeah, so there's a lot of instances like that. You know, now that it's been brought to my attention, right? Now that it's been brought to my attention, right? Of all the things that, because of me, exist, and you don't see homage or their reverence and accolades are always hiding. You know, it's always like in a secret place. I see it, but they gotta be more open and admit it, I guess, because it's only getting better with time. You see, this was simple how I connected it, and there's many examples of that. And I live off of my words. You know, that's probably about the only thing I depend on. Not really, like, it's, if it lives in the mind, I'm good with not even saying it out loud. You know. But anyway, I just wanted to say that. So more to come too. There's a lot of people that gotta pay homage. That's all I'm saying. Alright. Till next one. That's that what all that.